Sennheiser have been sold, new TWS from Sony and Razer, and Apple have reinvented music. It's Wheezy Tech News. Hey guys, it's Noel, and this is Wheezy Tech News, the show where I take the news and give it to yous. Who wrote this? First up, let's address the elephant in the room. Where have I been? Well, I've been taking a break from YouTube. This could probably be a whole video in its own right, but I needed to take some time off to recover and reflect on why I was spending so much time and money on this YouTube project, especially under the pressures of the last year and a half that I'm sure we've all been feeling. And anyone that thinks that making weekly YouTube videos is easy is sorely mistaken. I was putting too much pressure on myself to make this channel work and throwing way too much money into doing this. It was simply not sustainable for my wallet or my mental health. Some people will say that I should be reaching out to more brands to loan more review units, and believe me, I have tried, and working with brands is a lot harder than it seems, especially for a channel of this size based in the UK. Review content will still be a thing on this channel, but with the time and money that it takes to produce, means that reviews will be less frequent, and instead I'll be doing many more news and opinion pieces just like this video, and that will give me more time to work on reviews. I will be ramping up my video production over the coming weeks and months, getting back into the swing of it. In the meantime, I've actually managed to get a decent internet connection here at Wheezy Towers, and I've started streaming more often over on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/NoelWheezy. I'm streaming 2 to 3 days a week, so come and hang out if you're into the whole gaming thing. With that said, this is Wheezy Tech News episode 3, the Have You Been Living Under a Rock edition. I previously reported that Sennheiser were looking to sell the consumer side of its business. This is the arm of Sennheiser that is responsible for their Momentum and Ambio product lines. At the time, it was unclear if this was meant to be a full sell-off or a partnership with a third party to control their consumer side. In a further development, Senova, a global provider of medical hearing solutions, has acquired the Sennheiser Consumer business. It is not entirely clear what this actually means for the future of Sennheiser's product lineup, and whether this is a full sell-off or a partnership in a similar way to Sennheiser's previous relationship with Demont for their gaming audio lineup. As you may be aware, Demont has now taken full control of Sennheiser's gaming audio lineup, all of which has been rebranded to Opus Audio. Could we see Sennheiser's consumer lineup go the same way in a few years' time with a full Senova rebrand? It seems too early to tell, but for the time being, it does look like Senova will continue to develop new and existing products under the Sennheiser brand name. Regardless, this move will allow Sennheiser to devote their full attention to their pro audio, business communications, and Neumann business areas. Fellow creator DMS recently had an interview with Sennheiser to discuss all of this, so hopefully they will be able to clarify many of our questions. I'm not sure when his video is going to be out, but make sure you go and check that out. Tell him Wheezy sent you. I previously reported on a leak of the design for the upcoming Sony WF-1000XM4 true wireless earphones. Well, they're out now, and it looks like the leaks were true. The Sony WF-1000XM4 comes in the usual black and gold or silver and gold colorways as seen on many other previous Sony designs. They feature active noise cancellation, a new 6mm dynamic driver, and amazingly high-res audio with the LDAC codec. They also feature various ambient sound features as well as IPX4 ingress protection and spatial audio. Battery is claimed to be 8 hours on a single charge, with a further 2 more charges in the case for a maximum of 24 hours. What's more, this battery life is quoted with noise cancelling enabled, which sounds pretty good. With noise cancelling off, they will last up to 12 hours on a single charge, and that is very impressive. On paper, the Sony WF-1000XM4 look to be some of the most feature-complete true wireless earphones on the market, and they have a price tag to match at £250 UK. Reviews are already coming in online, so you don't have to wait long to see if they live up to the spec, but I don't know about you, I just want Sony to come up with a better naming scheme. On the subject of Bluetooth audio, gaming peripheral company Razer have 2 new audio products, the Hammerhead True Wireless X earphones and the Opus X Bluetooth headphones. The Hammerhead True Wireless X are a lower cost addition to Razer's previous Hammerhead True Wireless earphones. Razer say that the Hammerhead True Wireless X are designed for gamers, and that means more than just the green LED snake logo on the side. They feature a 13mm dynamic driver, touch controls, and a decent 24-hour battery life with the lighting enabled, or 28 hours without, and you'll get 6 to 7 hours of continuous playback before needing to recharge the earphones in the case. That sounds pretty average, and I think Sony definitely have them beat here. However, the real killer feature is the low latency operation, which should suit the demands of gamers who need their audio to be in sync with the action on screen. Playing games with earphones is not really my thing, but then I'm also not a mobile gamer, and I can imagine that mobile gaming is where these really shine. Speaking of shine, that LED snake logo looks like it only comes in Razer green with no RGB. No RGB in a gaming product? Literally unusable. Moving back to the Razer Opus X, the design looks similar to the previous Opus model with that Sony-like design language. It looks like a cross between the Sony Heron 2 and the XM3, and it looks like the Opus X will be available in a number of bold colorways. Alongside 75 million songs in lossless audio, Apple announced spatial audio technology for Apple Music with support for Dolby Atmos. Great, so now you can listen to all the music you love, but with added reverb. I'm kidding, I haven't actually tried Apple's spatial audio, but I have tried many other spatial audio solutions over the years, and whilst I find it does add a layer of immersion for movies, TV and games, the experience with music has always been rather lackluster. So as you can imagine, I am hugely skeptical of this announcement, but who knows, maybe it is actually good. But what I find more interesting though is Apple entering the lossless audio game. For the uninitiated, lossless audio is the original CD quality or even higher audio signal without any compression that you would get from file formats like AAC or MP3, which always leads to some detail being lost. And whilst most people could never tell the difference, even after some training on what to listen for between a high quality lossy file like AAC and a lossless file like FLAC, through Apple Music, you will now be able to listen to audio exactly the way it was mastered. Regardless of whether you do actually have the golden ears to discern the difference, it is great to see Apple moving to a lossless format. CD sales are dying off, and music streaming is the default listening experience for the majority of people these days, so not having to sacrifice the ultimate audio quality for the convenience of streaming is sure to be a good thing. On that note, lossless audio presents a sort of marketing challenge for Apple, a company heavily invested in portable audio and a company that has long since eschewed the headphone jack on many of its portable devices in favor of Bluetooth audio. They also recently released their AirPods Max, a headphone incapable of playing lossless audio via Bluetooth. Bluetooth audio, of course, is always lossy, therefore any lossless audio played through a Bluetooth device is no better than the previous lossy AAC audio that Apple Music provided. Of course, you can always use the AirPods Max with a wire, but that kind of defeats the point of the AirPods Max in the first place. Seriously, don't buy the AirPods Max just to use them with a wire. So perhaps you're looking at your iPhone or any other modern smartphone these days and wondering where you can plug in your wired headphones to appreciate this lossless audio revolution. The headphone jack is dead, they said, but how is one to enjoy this lossless music? Audiophiles are no stranger to carrying around portable DACs and dongles to plug in their wired headphones. Apple's own Lightning to 3.5mm dongle is high-res capable and costs just $10, so it's not as if the barrier to entry is high, but it does mean something else to carry around. Perhaps carrying around an extra dongle for wired headphones will be the sort of thing that will become more commonplace again, or perhaps not, given the convenience of Bluetooth for portable audio has pretty much already won the battle in the mainstream consumer space. And given that most people cannot tell the difference between high-quality lossy and lossless audio, the distinction is kind of moot. From my own perspective, I know I'm not going to be listening critically when I'm out and about listening to portable audio, and Bluetooth provides all of the sound quality and convenience that I actually need. and I'm sure that goes for most people out there too. So what about audiophiles, those where only the best will do? Well, they've been doing the wired lossless thing forever, so whilst this will be good news for them, frankly, there is nothing new here for them either. So who is all of this for? Apple's marketing department, of course. Yeah, I know, I'm being facetious. Lossless audio is a good thing, particularly for those listening from home, the office, or other wired devices. This is an upgrade for them. I'm just having a dig at Apple, the company that led the way in the headphone jack being dropped on modern smartphones. Oh, the irony. Push the boundaries of tech, they said. Let's remove this old analog interface that belongs in the past and then introduce a new technology that relies on it. Perhaps Apple can invent a new wired technological revolution, an analog headphone interface for wired lossless audio. It'll be revolutionary and innovative, only something that Apple can do. We can call it the 3.5mm headphone jack, and it'll be everything we ever asked for. Oh hell, who am I kidding? I don't expect Apple to do anything else but double down on the Lightning connector anytime soon. Right, that's it from me. I hope you found this interesting. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, etc. And come on over to twitch.tv/Wheezy. I'm streaming 2 to 3 days a week. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, have a good one.